I got cut off there. I was talking too much, taking up my memory on my phone. Anyhow, um, another cool thing about the library functionality is way of organizing um, your own content. So if you're on movies and just click on movies, it's just going to take you straight in there, and you can view everything. But as your library grows and you want to cut down on, or you want to make it easier to view certain things, you could right click over and you can view things by genre, year, actor, director, studio. So if you go to genre and say you're in the mood to watch a crime movie, you can click on the crime tab, and then it's just going to list all your crime related movies right there. But if Megan's like, no, I want to watch a drama, then you could go back and then click on drama, and then it'll organize all your drama related movies. So kind of like the same thing with years. You can go to see all the movies that were made in 2012 or what have you. It's just another way of viewing your or organizing your library, movie and your TV show library. So you can do the same thing with TV shows, um, as you can with movies. So with streaming, I'll show you how this app works. So we'll just pull a sample film. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Oh, damn. Nice. So I'll just go to TED. So if you click on TED, it's going to search for all the possible streams that I could pull off of. And right now I have it set so it'll find both HD and SD streams. You could actually change that if you want to, so it'll just load up the HD streams. It'll actually speed things up as far as searching for all the streams, but it doesn't really take that long to find all the streams. So here's a list of all the streams right now. You can go in and I'll show you how to reorganize which streams that you list number one, number two, number three, based off your preferences and what works well for you. Now I'll be honest, I went through and I tested out about 50 different streams on the first one that's listed in this VK box. I think of all 50 that I tried, I think one, maybe two didn't work. So this one seems to be really reliable, but you'll get a gauge for what works the fastest and what provides the best quality, either 720 or 1080. So if I click on that, it's going to buffer for a minute or two, and then it'll start playing. And now the first couple of seconds might be choppy, but just because it's continuing to buffer, but then it should play streamlessly from there. So hopefully in a second or two it'll start playing. Okay, yeah, so resume. And boom. Now you can do a few things here. You can hit the center button and it gives you options to pause, to stop, to fast forward. I wouldn't recommend fast forwarding too much because you're streaming. You can fast forward by pressing up on the remote, and it'll take you up by 10 minutes. That's something that actually works well. Here, I'll try it out right now. So if I go up, obviously it's going to have to start buffering over, but you see how well it kind of fast forwards by pressing up. And by pressing up, it'll take you up at about 10 minutes at a time. So if you hit the button again, it'll bring up all your options. If you want to boost the audio, some streams, particularly on the TV end, have low audio. So instead of cranking up your TV to like max volume, you can hit this little audio box here, and then you can increase that volume amplification, and it'll crank the sound up from there. So that's that. I'm going to hit stop now and go back, but that's pretty much, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So if I was going to go to Star Trek Into Darkness, hit that one. Opening stream. So right now it's finding all the streams. And then I'm going to click that VK box. So this one has a total of 195 streams it pulled. Crazy. So I'm just going to click that first one. I've been having good luck with that. It's going to take a minute. Might stutter for the first 1 or 2 seconds. And boom, we're playing. Okay, so you get the hang of that. I'll stop this. And then, you know, the same things with TV shows. So if I go into TV shows, so I go into Game of Thrones, go to season 1, episode 1 right there. Finding all the streams. Now it's listed all the streams. There's 77 streams on this. Click the first one, opening streams. It's going to open that one. And boom. So that's that. I'm going to exit out of that. Now, if you wanted to get kind of more advanced into this, you can go to the apps. So if you go inside the app, so let's just go to Go Movies, and you click that one button with the 3 lines on it. You can go to add-on settings here, and you'll see here it says HD host. These are all your HD stream providers, and so you can change the priority if you have different priority on one over the other. Here's your SD hosts. There's a shit ton of them, 15. Sources. Now, if you want to eliminate some sources altogether because you don't like them, or you know it's not working, then you could just de-click one of those. But I haven't really ran into any issues like that. Now, this accounts thing, if you wanted to get advanced, you could put in your email address to your IMDb account and the password, and you could add things to your library from, you know, your phone or another computer or anything. If you added something to your library on IMDb or a watch list, it would automatically sync with your Fire TV and add it to your library. But that might be getting ahead of ourselves right now. Get the hang of it first. So that's that. There's a feature here called autoplay where it'll automatically play the first thing in your in the source list instead of having you to select the source. I don't like that because if there's a time when the first source doesn't work or it's not as good as you wanted and you want to go to a different source, then it just creates, you know, additional steps. And plus, by selecting the source, you get to view and see which sources are working really well or look really good for you know, certain TV shows. Certain sources might look, you know, at 1080 quality, and other sources might be at 720 quality or something like that. So you can get to the settings thing on the Go TV one too by pressing that button and then going to add-on settings, and it kind of has the same thing too. So trying to think, this is just a very, very basic, the basics of what we've done here. But I think that ought to get you started. Here, I'm going to try another, I'll try, I'll try, let's see here. What's a movie that I want to try it on? Oh, Frozen. I'll try it on Frozen. Opening stream. Lots of sources. 129. Click on that. I'm going to start buffering, working. It says please wait. Give it a minute. And boom. There she goes. So that's that. Again, you can raise the volume by coming right here. Oh, and there's a subtitle thing. If there's subtitles on there and you don't want to, there's a thing that says enable subtitles. You can just detoggle that and it'll take the subtitles off. So that's us. That's it. If you have any questions, I think you know how to get a hold of me. Shit. Yeah, I mean, this is just one of like many there's literally thousands and thousands and thousands of apps. I just chose this one because I thought it was easy with the library integration and the quality. I mean, I just tested a few more movies, so I've tested about a combination of 55 movies and TV shows, and I've only had one where the first source didn't load. So if the first source isn't loading on your end, then it's your internet speed or your internet, because everything here is just working like gravy, and it always will. It always will. So, yeah, that's that. Later, dude.